Oh, listen to this. So I'm sitting at the bar last night, right? My friend Terry says, "Hey, yeah, your Drunk Shadows thing is really taking off for you." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, awesome. Have you watched it?" And he goes, "No."
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Like and subscribe.
Hit
Terry.
and comment. Yeah, Terry.
Okay, tater. I might be a tater hater.
Today
That shit up.
we're drinking another local beer, Christian Moerlein
I love Christian Moerlein.
Lager.
Oh, and on the side it says German Standard Cincinnati style.
We think
Cincy style.
German standard means gets you really, really drunk. I think it's Reinheitsgebot, which is their
It's what?
standard. Reinheitsgebot, the standard of purity in a beer.
Oh,
I
okay.
never read that, so
I mean,
I'm
I
gonna-
did, but I'm not
I'm
like
gonna
that.
drink mine out of this little glass. This is again for you, Jose.
For you, Jose, we're doing shots just for you.
Beer shots.
I'm not slamming this one though.
I'm not either.
Okay.
I'm gonna be sipping this one. Drunk Shadows.
Drunk Shadows.
We're the Sin Twisters. I'm Annie.
I'm Cricket. Sorry, yeah, I forgot that part. Let's see. Okay.
The beginnings. We're still on the beginnings. So
Hold on, I want to see. We're on season 1, episode 8. Carolyn admits to Joe that she loves him, and he proposes to her that they marry. Oh, I want to see the ring. I hope there's an episode where she says yes to the dress. Okay, you guys ready?
You don't know Carolyn very well, do you?
A girl can dream.
Victoria Winters.
Oh, God damn it.
The devil's of a
Her
forgotten
name is
time
Victoria
found
Winters.
their home
Wait, we're
on
drinking to that?
Widow's Hill.
It's Widow's Hill.
Widow's
We-
Hill. They live
never-
on Widow's Hill.
And believe me, we will forget that again and call it Widow's Point or Widow's
Keys,
Cliff
whatever.
or
A place where the winds of
Widow's
the
Whale.
past can bring the answers for the
Widow's Blue Whale.
The windows are open and the windows
Oh,
blowing.
there's shit all over Vicky's floor. And by shit, I mean pieces of paper.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Stoddard is in there closing the window.
Thank God.
We're under the assumption that's what scattered the papers all over into a nice little pile.
But I bet it was David. Best actor on the show.
Oh, and now Liz is reading the letter.
Rude. And Carolyn walks in.
If you were looking for Vicky, Mother, she went into town.
Oh, the windows were open, the papers were scattered on the floor.
The papers were not scattered all over the floor. They were in one little
Vicky gave it
circle.
to me to read.
Oh, is this the letter from the foundling home?
Crummy if you ask
She
me.
led an unhappy
Oh,
life. So
foundling
I
home.
guess
There
it
it
is.
You've never told me why you picked on her.
You just said it like 3 times. And we
Oh, and Carolyn just said
Hundreds
it.
of miles away in New York. And suddenly you decide to bring her here.
Mm.
We need someone to help out, you know that.
They need someone to help
Dozens
out.
of girls in the area.
So
You could have gone to
Why?
Bangor, to Louisville.
Bangor. No, we're not good. No.
You know the routine.
Know someone in the family.
You guys
Foundling home.
You guys can do it at home.
Of course.
Did she believe
I'll
you?
set you up. Banger.
I don't even.
I hope you're right.
Why do you say that?
Because I think that's why she went to town.
Wait, why did she go
I
into
think she
town?
intended
No,
to
I
Oh,
think
to
who
call the
cares?
foundling home.
the truth.
Who cares why she went into town?
I do, because she went to the
Oh,
to
good.
call the foundling home, and we get to drink.
I'm done with my shot. Jose.
Did Carolyn say, what did she say? She was
She's going to go outside to wait for Joe. Here's the theme song. Eerie music and waves crashing. Boy, they sure are.
Very dramatic.
Very dramatical.
Sorry, we pre-gamed a little bit too much today.
No, we pre-gamed just enough.
Okay, Jose, just saying.
That was off camera. Now we're at the Collinsport Inn exterior. I wonder if Mr. Drummond's going to be
I
there.
hope
Yes, I'm
Mr.
still
Drummond's
waiting for
there.
Miss Hopewell. Thank you.
And Vicky is indeed on a payphone.
She's in this thing called a phone booth.
Miss Hopewell, it's Vicky
Yeah,
Winters.
for you young people, you used to have to go into this tiny little room that had a telephone on the wall, and
If you will, it was a cubicle.
yeah,
Tiny cubicle.
with a folding door. And then you had to put at first a nickel, then a dime, then a quarter, then maybe 50 cents. I mean, as the years went on.
Yeah, not all
The
at
price
the same
raised.
time.
The price raised. And then you would make your call. And if an answering machine answered, you wouldn't get your dime back or whatever, your coin. But if nobody answered, you get your money back.
You know, at the museum center, they still have the cubicles without the phones. But they were just like the ones, that's the Cincinnati Museum Center.
Really cool place.
Visit it if you're in town, if you've never been there.
What
Come to
famous cartoon place was based on that?
it. Oh, the Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a big old-timey radio looking thing. Art Deco. Beautiful
place.
building. Go visit it. A lot of cool stuff. We'll have to, maybe we should do an episode just on that place because there's a lot of cool stuff there. But they had phone booths that were just like the ones they had at Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is a school we went to for a minute.
Thank you for getting me out of there.
They told me after our second year, they pulled me into the office and said, "You're not our kind of girl. I don't think you should return next year."
And you know what they told me?
You're welcome to come
You
back.
can stay. And I'm like, if she's getting out of here, I'm getting out of here. I'm riding on her coattails.
You're welcome.
Right on out of here. Thank you.
We got the funk out of there. Okay, we back to the episode
Oh, yeah.
now?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay,
Victoria, where are you?
so she finally got through to the family home.
You home?
Talking to Mrs. Hopewell.
I think you know we all miss you. The children have all been asking for you.
Please give
The
them
kids are
my
missing
Yeah,
her.
been gone like 2 days now.
Troubles? Tell me, Victoria.
There's troubles.
How are things going?
I'm not sure yet. A little
A
strange.
little strange. Just wait,
Miss
Vicky.
Hopewell, when I got the letter offering me this job, you'd never heard of Elizabeth Stoddard.
No, I never had.
What
So
about
Miss
her
Hopewell
brother,
has never
Roger
heard of
Collins?
Mrs.
Have you ever
Stoddard
heard of him?
or
When I
her
went
brother
recently,
Roger
After you
Collins.
left, I made inquiries. I found someone who lived near Collinsport. Bangor is now in fact.
Somebody who lived in Bangor.
Stoddard.
I don't. You guys can finish
Why?
it.
Is anything wrong?
Was it he who recommended me for the
Like
job?
you're getting ready to drink.
And who was it?
I'm waiting.
Well, as far
I'm
as I know,
waiting.
no one.
That
So
doesn't make
we've
any
decided to
sense.
drink whenever somebody says family home.
I've been just as curious as you. I talked to every member of the staff.
Or Bert Devlin.
Roger Collins.
No. Vicky, that letter.
What about
that you got
David?
from Collinsport was the first time anyone.
You know, when we get a more active David story.
More David heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Is this a Bert Devlin heavy?
I don't think it will be yet. But,
It's a great
I mean, we don't really need an excuse to drink, do we?
No.
Oh, Liz is standing at an open window again.
In the drawing room, it looks like.
Yeah, and it's very breezy.
It's getting cold out there.
Oh, I'm
Carolyn walks in, no sleeves. It's getting cold out there.
Short skirt. Ooh,
You
it's
don't know
getting
why Joe
cold.
insisted on coming here, do you?
Joe.
Liz is staring moodily out the window and lost in thought. So
Well, then would it really be so terrible if Vicky called the family?
oh, the family home.
No, I suppose not.
I hope you guys at home are drinking along.
So many years covered with dust.
If you're not, are we really friends?
If you're not, rewind and start over.
Why not?
Because she's lost at the moment.
It's never too late to rewind and start over, friends. Vicky looks in shadows.
Oh, she shut the window. Yay. Look,
Never had a straight
Mrs. Stoddard has a little shrug on.
And long sleeves.
Are you thinking of letting her go? Sending her back to New York?
Would you mind?
Yes, very much.
Carolyn, you spent the first night telling her to leave.
She's like hot and cold, isn't she?
Talk about shadows.
You should go. No, please, you're my best
I've
friend.
never known except for the
Mother,
times
you're
I
gonna
was
send her
away
away.
and stuff.
She can't go.
All right, William
But since
Shatner.
she's been here,
She can't go.
I know it's been different.
She's my best friend.
Without someone I can talk to. Right here in this
That was pretty
house.
good.
I don't want to lose her.
I saw him
That
once.
important to you?
In person?
She's a friend.
Where?
So, in Shelbyville, Shelbyville,
He has nothing
Kentucky.
to do with this.
It's the home of saddlebred horses.
I don't see
And he
why.
had saddlebred horses, and I was at a horse
You
show.
know as well as I do why I brought Miss Winters here.
Does he have a farm, Joe? I thought he was into thoroughbreds.
But mostly because of you. You and Joe.
Mother, please.
Carolyn. Don't you
Saddlebreds
know
were
how
supposedly originated in Shelbyville, and yes,
you know how much
he
you
had
mean to me? You
saddlebreds.
mean everything.
Does he have a farm
I want
there?
you to be happy. I want you to find
Not
your
that I
own
know of.
life
Okay.
away from this house.
Mother, I told
Did
you I know.
you
But you
say
don't
hi?
know where
I saw him across the arena from me.
and to help care for Dave.
But you just said you wanted to.
No, we were just kind of in the same general area at
Did
the
the
same
airfield
general
here?
time.
Did the airfield? Oh shoot! I forgot to say. I forgot to say.
Does
I'm
he
busy.
not know where you are?
Sorry,
Oh
sorry.
my God.
Excuse me a moment.
It's
Bear with.
Larry again. Someone's knocking at the door. Someone's knocking at the door. And Mrs. Stoddard answered, and it's Joe! It's Joe! Quit texting him!
Yay!
It's Joe.
Joe's here. Joe's here. Yay!
Let's get the party started. Ooh, you brought two bouquets.
One for Mrs. Stoddard and one for
Why
Carolyn.
don't you go and lie with
Boy, he cleans up really nice, don't he?
He's pretty nice when he's not cleaned up too.
That's true. True story.
Hello, Joe.
Hello,
Still like
Joe.
little yellow
Is she
roses?
really short or is
Yes.
he really tall?
Yellow. Compliments of Joe Haskell, ex-fisherman.
Wait, ex-fisher.
You're very sweet.
I'll be right back. I need to get a beer.
You can do better than that.
Do you need
Will
one
you
too?
get me one too, please?
Sure.
Did I hear you say something about ex-fisherman?
Christian Moerlein.
Oh, and he's kissing her.
I was going into town, but you asked me to wait for you. And I'm here. And I'd like to know what you wanted to tell me.
Product placement.
Are you in a movie?
Shameless.
Okay,
Unpaid product placement.
I love that sound. The sound of a beer opening.
Best girl act.
I just don't feel
a
like
nice
being
sound.
teased.
Okay.
Okay, so Carolyn says she doesn't like being teased, but you know who's the teaser in this relationship? Carolyn.
Mr. Malloy took me off the boats.
That's
Wait,
why
what?
Mr. Malloy took him off the boats.
Now, Mr. Malloy, the man that runs a fishing fleet for your mother?
Joe?
Ah, no sense of humor. Absolutely no sense of humor.
Joe seems a little
Oh,
nervous.
he does seem
I
a
got a
little
promotion,
nervous.
Carolyn.
He got a promotion.
The
Yay!
office from
Hey,
now
let's
on.
drink to that.
Joe, how wonderful.
Regular hours is
25 more a week.
What do you think of that?
25 whole dollars a week more? She's really happy for
Oh,
him.
there's a close-up of the two of them.
Oh,
They're like
they make
this
an attractive.
close. They're this
They
close.
make an attractive couple. They really do.
If Carolyn wasn't such a piece of shit. I mean, she's not a piece of shit. She's just
They're
really,
smooching.
really immature.
If there was studio audience, they'd be going, "Ew."
You know what?
I'm glad there's not.
I'm so glad we don't have to hear them kissing.
But a beautiful one.
I know it smells like pieces of meat slapping together. Wait, that's a different kind of
Think
kiss.
I'll call him.
That's a different movie.
My boat, that too.
I just don't. I
Sorry.
apparently have sensory issues and I can't stand that. And
Misophonia.
I'm saying now, I ought to be
I
able to
did.
make the down
I do
payment
have that.
in the middle of next year.
Oh, that's practically
It's not
tomorrow.
just the fake sound of people kissing on movies that bugs me. There's other
Haskell
things.
Fishing Fleet, the biggest thing in college
Maybe
for.
I'll even buy out your mother. Don't worry, though. I'll give her a good price.
And all of
They're
it's
hugging
$5
now.
a
Carolyn's really happy for Joe.
Oh, I mean, it isn't much. I know, but it sure does mean a lot.
Maybe I could get Mother to talk Bill Malloy into making it 30.
No, no.
I did this on my own.
Carolyn was going to intercede on Joe's behalf to get a bigger raise, but
Joe,
Joe's pride won't let him
Wonderful person.
do
he
that.
doesn't want Nepo Baby to help him.
Thank you, man.
They're kissing, but you can't hear anything.
Thank God.
And I do love you.
She says she loves
I
him.
really do.
She doesn't.
The results say that's a lie.
Sweetheart, I know I've asked you 4 dozen times.
Joe,
Carol, what's the matter?
I think it's raining again.
Why does this happen? Every single time.
So I'm
Across
looking
the
out the
river.
window. You can see like across the river into Ohio there, but right now it's kind of
sit down,
foggy.
Mother. Joe has
So I can't really see Ohio.
It's over
I'll
there.
let him tell you.
I don't know. At this time, I think Ohio disappears.
I just want to say something. Can we talk about your hair for a moment?
Why? What's wrong with it?
Nothing. But you have this fabulous white streak here. And I do too, kind of. But it's not as striking as yours.
Every time I go to a new hairstylist, they say, "Is that natural?" Like
See,
before
and
they
they
work on my hair.
Right. They say
And they
that to
say-
me too. And we are both too lazy to have our hair dyed and keep up with it.
Well, I just never wanted to anyway. Besides being built, I am lazy. But they say, "Is that natural?" And I say, "Yeah." Why, yes, it is. And they say,
Why do you ask?
"People pay a lot of money for that."
I know. They say the same thing to me, but yours is way more striking than mine.
I'm Rogue. The X-Men.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Like the comic book Rogue. I don't know. I haven't watched any of the movies because I love the comic books. And I was afraid the movies would piss me off too much, so I haven't watched them. So if there's an X-Men movie, if you're an X-Men comic book fan, and
If there's a
an
movie that's
X-Men movie that you think lives up to the comic
more
book,
true to the source,
well, let me know. I will watch it.
drop it in the comments.
In the comments, because I will watch it.
I might.
Wonderful news, Joe. It means you'll be able to get your own boat much
Well,
sooner.
you're
Oh, Mrs. Stoddard didn't know about the race.
your bangs are.
No,
You
but
got-
mine's not as striking as yours, though.
Mr. Moerlein last
I just
night.
have a little
Didn't say
thin
word
stripe.
about it.
You have
That's because you're younger than me.
Was just about to
I am younger than her, but not by much. It's just a matter of minutes.
17.
And a half.
Maybe he didn't make his
Here's the thing. So the first couple of minutes, I was like, holy shit, there's a lot of room in here. And then I got bored and popped out.
It took her 17 and a half minutes to realize.
I was stretching.
realize-
I was stretching.
What the hell? This is a boring place. Oh, hand me that. While we're.
Jesus. Be right back.
Cricket. Cricket brought me a gift.
I did.
What did you say when you.
I said, you deal with this.
She brought me a big bag of basmati rice.
I bought it during COVID. I was afraid the food supplies would end.
She swears it's still good. Little do you know that we will go through a bag like this in about 2 weeks.
I knew you would. That would take me like 5 more months.
So thank you.
You deal with it.
Thank you, Cricket. We will
We're looking at that
we
cool
will
stuff.
cherish this rice for about 2 weeks.
I hope you think of me every time you eat it. You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
I'll see if I have any other stuff I want to get rid of.
So they
Pawn
would ever
off
say
on
that
you.
too. Appreciate
Yes, they do.
you. I know. I appreciate that they appreciate me.
Yeah, that's a good, I'll have to remember that. Okay, are we ready to go back to the show?
I keep asking myself, why me?
Why me?
Pick on me.
Why not you,
Maybe
Joe?
you're asking the wrong person.
Not Carol.
You
'Cause
did
it's
talk
not
to Bill Malloy this
What
morning.
you know, Joe.
It's who you know.
He keeps me informed.
You talked to him about Joe, didn't you?
I always heard it's who you blow.
Yes.
Mrs. Stoddard, did you ask Mr. Malloy to give me
I'm sorry. This is not a family-friendly
He
episode.
consulted me about
I
everything.
always put that it's not made for kids.
I want to know, please.
She works
It was
in
no surprise to
construction.
you, was it, Mother?
What's the matter with you two?
True.
Anyway, it's suddenly a crime if the owner of a business approves a promotion.
Approves?
Oh, so now it's coming out that it looks like Mrs. Stoddard
He said he was thinking of offering you the job.
told Bill Malloy to give the raise to Joe, and Joe's taking exception to that.
Handling it, and I said I agreed.
Well, I mean, it would be kind of a blow if you thought you did it on your own merit, and then you find out.
See, it's who you blow.
He didn't blow
You
anybody.
said it would be a blow.
I'm
Jesus
sorry,
Christ.
I shouldn't have said that.
He didn't blow
It
anybody.
is what you were thinking. Darling, I know you.
Oh, I don't know.
love each other. There's no
Knowing-
reason in
Mother,
the
will you
world why
please,
His-
please stop trying to marry me off?
Maybe it was.
She won't be satisfied.
She's alluding to the fact
No. Don't. You guys can look up Joe Haskell on your own and make your own conclusions.
the actor.
Her side.
You're ganging up on me.
Oh, they're ganging up on Carolyn.
ganging.
Poor Carolyn.
Speaking of ganging, so my kids make fun of me every time I say doppelganger because I say ganger instead of ganger. I don't know why, but it's doppelganger.
How do you say gangrene?
I
Gangrene.
shouldn't have knocked.
Gangrene.
I thought I had your keys.
How do you say Lancaster, Pennsylvania?
In there.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
You know, people there say
Lancaster.
I'm not sure I can even say it how they say it.
Thanks for
Something like
letting
that.
me cross.
Lancaster.
Aren't you going in to see her?
That's just weird.
No, I don't think
I know.
Why not? You've been checking up on her, haven't you?
Was it a weird town?
Carolyn, what happened?
No, it
Don't
was.
tell me
It's
you
like
lost
it was founded in like 1730 or something.
I thought I was the only
It
person
was an
around
old
here who didn't
town.
know what to do with
Are there a lot of Amish there?
What's wrong, Carol?
We didn't really see any, but we saw some Amish-looking people at the market we went to.
No, that's not true.
You know,
Were you profiling?
using their square to, you know, to like their phones and
They
their
had an
tablets.
abacus to figure out the text.
No, it's just their tablets and their iPhones to
Cheaters.
Oh, commercial. Did you want to tell a story? No, you wanted me to tell a story.
I wanted you to tell a story. I do. I want you to tell a story.
Cricket wants me to tell the story about
the time
when
she was a bad influence.
John, okay. So a few episodes ago, we talked about how we've been accused of being bad influences, and it's not true. And this story
It's a
is
lie.
a story
It's a damn lie.
where I was accused of being a bad influence, and I wasn't, and it took like 40 years for me to be vindicated.
Exonerated.
So,
I'm looking at you, Andy. I'm looking at you.
two Andys in this story, actually. Andy F and Andy L.
I'm not looking at Andy L.
I'm looking at you, Andy F. So, what was it, back in the late 80s, we lived in this house in Clifton called the Rogue House with a bunch of other people.
It was
How many
awesome. It was
people
a
were there?
5-bedroom house. We paid $100 each to live there.
So really,
It was
only
awesome.
5 bedrooms?
Yeah.
It seemed like there were like 50 people there. Anyway, John told me this story, like 3 or 4 years ago?
John was one of our roommates.
I have no recollection of this, but he told me this story where we went out one night. And,
Just the two of you?
Yeah,
Okay.
apparently. And I don't know where we went. I don't
But John
know.
drove.
I kind of know where we went because he told me where he parked his car. By the Perkins, if you're familiar
Oh, on
with...
Short Vine. Yeah.
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 Like behind the Perkins,
Right.
so on one of those back roads there. And I don't know what we did, but we had a lot of fun. Did a lot of drinking,
A little smoking.
maybe a little smoking. And when we went back to his car, he couldn't find it.
Oh, I mean, bummer.
No, I think it's funny
How'd
too.
you guys get back to the house?
Well, we weren't that far from where we lived, so
That was still
I
a good
guess-
hike. That was still a good hike.
Yeah, but well, we were like 20,
Yeah.
23,
Mid,
something.
early 20s, yeah.
So we
John's
walked.
a little bit younger too, so he had fresher legs than you. Anyway,
I was in better shape than. No, I'm kidding. I don't. Anyway, we probably walked back to where we lived because it was a hike, but it
and nobody
wasn't
had
really
cab
that
fare back
far.
then. Y'all probably didn't have any cab fare.
No
left.
Ubers,
And there were no Ubers at that point.
so we just walked back. I'm sure. I don't know. We were so wasted. I mean, I don't even remember this incident until John. He told me it, and I still don't remember. So he told me he lost his car for like 3 days, and he and Andy F, another roommate, were looking for his car, and finally Andy F found it. And John says it was.
Wait, did Andy F have something to do with it?
I know. I don't think so. But John was like, I don't remember parking my car there. So
Did
he
you
was a
remember?
little
You don't remember.
I don't remember anything of this. I think John made, as far as I know, John made the whole thing up.
Andy
could've.
made it up.
Andy made the whole thing up. And Andy was like, when Andy F found the car, he was like, I told you not to go out with her. She's a bad influence.
So do you think we both were, or just you?
I don't know.
He was really cool with us for a long time, and then all of a sudden there was a lot of animosity from him for some reason. And I never figured that out.
I don't know.
I didn't
he's-
really care to.
He's a nice guy now, I think. I've forgiven. All is forgiven. Andy F. All is
So
forgiven.
anyway, fast forward to
So
a couple
fast
weeks
forward
ago.
to, it was like a month or so ago, and I'm telling this story at work, at my side job at the caterer, and I work with Andy L. And I'm telling this story to Andy L. and a couple of my other coworkers, and Andy's like, that's kind of funny, because I was out one night with my friend, I don't remember his friend's name, and we accidentally stole a car.
How do you accidentally steal a car?
Well, it looked like his friend's car.
Did
And
his-
the key worked. They drove this car for at least a block.
So when Andy F found the car, was it a block away from where John thought he had parked it?
I don't know. That's the part. I haven't really talked to John about that part of it. So Andy L didn't think anything of this, and he's telling me this story. We
But it was in
accidentally
Clifton.
stole a car. Yeah, it was
Up
in
near
the
Short
same
Lake.
area during roughly the same time period. He's like, we accidentally stole a car, and we drove it about a block, and then we parked it when we realized it wasn't his car. So he got in this car, and his key worked, and he was able to drive it. And then they realized, they looked around, they were really wasted. They looked around and they saw, hey, wait a minute, this isn't your car. So they stopped and got out. So I think Andy L and his friend got into John's car
And accidentally
and
stole it.
moved it about a block from where John parked it. And yeah.
You need to get with John and talk to him and get his reaction.
I was texting him that info, and he thought it was pretty funny, but
It's very funny.
I want to get him and Andy L together.
So they can,
My goal would be to get John, Andy L, and Andy F together. So Andy F will
So we-
finally admit to me, to my face, and say, you're not really a bad influence. I was wrong.
poor judgment.
Although no, I think
That
Andy
ain't gonna happen.
F was right about a lot of things.
Like what? You
That
weren't a
I
bad
was-
influence.